the news, President Tinubu suspends Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation from office. Governor Moeno's administration to always pay premium attention to developmental issues at the grassroots. Plus, 16th Brigade Nigerian Army Yenagoa holds 2023 West African Social Activities. Hello there, good morning and welcome to NTA Uyo News at this hour. My name is Okun Ndem. Thanks for joining us. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 as well as our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. And now to the news. In line with his vowed commitments to uphold the highest standards of integrity, transparency and accountability in the management of Commonwealth of Nigerians, President Bola Tinubu suspends the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, from office with immediate effect. The President further directs Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to conduct a thorough investigation into all aspects of the financial transactions involving the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, as well as one or more agencies thereunder. The suspended minister is hereby directed to hand over to the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, and she is further directed by the President to fully cooperate with the investigating authorities as they conduct their investigation. Furthermore, the President has tasked a panel that is headed by the Coordinating Minister of the Economy and Minister of Finance to, among other functions, conduct a comprehensive diagnostic on the financial architecture and framework of the social investment programs with a view to conclusively reforming the relevant institutions and programs in a determined bid to eliminate all institutional frailties for the exclusive benefits of disadvantaged households and win back lost public confidence in the initiative. Nigerians have been urged to support efforts of the military and other law enforcement agencies for improved, peaceful and secure society. Commander 16th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Elebele Yenagoa, and Sector 2 Operation Delta Safe South-South, Brigadier General Sadisu Yakasai, made the call during the celebration of the West African Social Activities, WASA 2023, at 5 Battalion, Elele River State. Aya Prezi reports.
The West African Social Activities, WASA, is a yearly event organized by the Nigerian Army to strengthen civil-military interactions and promote Nigeria's cultural diversity in the barracks as personnel take a break from their regimental military life to celebrate their different ethnic cultures and traditions under a relaxed social atmosphere. Officer commanding 16th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Elebele Yenagoa, Brigadier General Sadisu Yakasai, described their efforts in 2023 as quite fruitful, resulting in improved crude oil production. He assured the public of the command's resolve to sustain the tempo and urge citizens to get involved.
It's not only Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Air Force, and other security agencies all came together to achieve that. And what we did 2023, we are going to double our effort and do much more than that in 2024.
Bayelsa State Governor, represented by Secretary to the State Government, Alabo Gideon Ekewe, expressed confidence in the capacity of the Nigerian Army for excellent performance.
We expect that they will do more. And one area we want to ask the military nationwide is to involve in construction activities. The military is very good at construction of roads, bridges and other things.
There were cultural dance performances from different ethnic groups. Gifts and awards were presented to outstanding personnel in different categories, while the usual beating of retreat and burn fire display form high points of the event. In 5 Battalion Lele River State, Aya, Prezi, NT News.
Every product, particularly consumable, has lifespan, and once the product expires, it is no longer fit for human consumption. Yet, not all buyers take a few seconds to check the expiry date of product before purchase. Emedi Ongmo tells us the risk of such negligence.
At every minute, someone somewhere is buying consumable. Such items could be drugs or drinks, which normally comes with expiry dates. But how many Nigerians pay attention to this critical aspect of checking the expiry date of products they purchased?
I do check personally, but many a times it will be when I buy it to the house, I will go and check it in the house. Maybe after sometimes I might discover that some may be about 2 or 3 months to expiration. But oftenly, I don't experience any expired either drugs, milk, anything like that. I always check it.
So once I've found what I needed to buy, I just pick, and then I want to ascertain whether or not the product is what I actually wanted to buy. But I don't think I've really cared much about looking at the expiry dates.
Each time I buy my product, be it in the supermarket, be in the market, the first thing first, go for the NAFDAC number, and then I go for the production date. I'm sure that I check that. Then I ensure that I check best before, that's the expiring date for any product I buy in the market. So I don't really have those problems.
Health experts who spoke on the dangers of ignoring an expiry date of items acquired emphasized the need for individuals to be intentional on checking expiry dates of goods consumed to avoid health hazards.
When a drug expires, there are changes that occur to both the physical and the chemical constituents of the drug. And so it could be risky, it could be unsafe to ingest such drugs that are expired. Reason being that it might not take care of the disease condition it was meant to treat. So because the potency might be reduced or will be reduced, the chemical and the physical constituent composition of the drug is reduced.
Every consumable comes with detailed information on not just the nutritional value of the product, but the expiry date.
It could be risky to the system. It could become toxic in the system. It could even cause other, infections, diseases, illnesses that were not expected to be due to these toxic drugs. They become toxic, the chemical constituent composition has changed, the physical composition has changed, so it's not safe.
Spending few seconds to read through this can save lives and thousands of naira. In Uyo, Emedi Ongmo, NTA News.
Do you know that photography is fast becoming a serious means of survival by many people, both young and old? Correspondent in this special report takes a look at photography and other things you may not have known about this art. The report.
Art of photography advances to yield a sustainable income as a lucrative career and a creative industry in the world of today. As photography strives beyond the mere mechanism of creating images, the craft extends to be a service rendered to everyone.
Photography is one of the biggest things anyone can do. If you know what you're doing in the photography industry, definitely you'll have money. And it's not just about the money, it's about the memories you want to create for people. It's about the story you want to tell.
Amongst the world-rated skill, photography takes the lead as a profitable paying job and a means to earn a living. While the market becomes competitive, challenging, and as well lucrative, the beauty of this art continues to entertain, inform, sustain, and revolve around the world at large.
My certificate from the university is not supposed to be my primary source of income. So being independent, I knew that I had to go in to get a skill for myself.
In the series of young professionals of this skill, photography has been found as an excellent career which supersedes all threats, critics, and misconceptions perceived by the world.
I believe one of the reasons why my parents did not want me to go into it is because of the light they saw photography. You know, how they saw photography. It's for the less privileged, perhaps, if I want to use that word. Photography is for, you know, the poor. Photography is just for the street people, but no, it's not. It all depends on how you are able to run your business, how you are able to brand yourself. The good news is that no matter what your skill is, there's someone in every level of life that needs that services.
However, as passion and persistence becomes an ingredient for greatness, the practice of photography requires great potentials in order to grow extensively in the business. In Uyo, Sharon Duncan, NTA News.
Bones provide surface for the attachment of muscles, tendons, and ligaments, and work with muscles and joints to hold animal body together and supports freedom of movement. Research further shows that between 2020 and 2021, the exports of raw bones grew by 64.2% from $130 million to $217 million. Now, what are bones used for? This curiosity prompted this report by correspondent Erika Ivin when she visited abattoir in Calabar Metropolis and spotted heaps of cow bones. Erika, what are your findings? Over to you.
Until a couple of years ago, science could not discover much of the numerous benefits of cattle bones, except as a nutritional content for human and animal feed, as well as agricultural purposes. But little wonder the huge economic value of the condemned cow bones and horns when